Hey YouTube, want to make a video of the Shelby GT350R explaining kind of how the deal worked out for trading in the ZL1 for it. Obviously when I bought the ZL1, there's no intention of trying to flip it or sell it right afterward. Definitely not going to make money on a car that you buy brand new from a dealership. However, I did luck out as far as the trade-in value that I did receive for it. Long story short, I ended up having a 2018 Ford Raptor that I traded my M3 for to a private party, to an individual. He put cash on top for my M3 in addition to his 2018 Raptor with relatively low miles. I think he had 8,000. I ended up doing a bunch of feelers for like what I could trade it in for. I was aiming for a GT350R the whole time, really. I think I explained that in a previous video. However, I did end up walking into the local Chevy dealership and I saw the ZL1 on the showroom floor, and it definitely blew my mind. It was amazing. Not to mention the Riverside blue color, I thought was beautiful. So I did, I reached out to different Ford dealerships, different dealerships, exotic, quote unquote, exotic car dealerships that had the R, and the trade number that I was getting back from all of them was pretty low. So at the same time, I was trying to sell that Raptor private party as well, just like on Craigslist. I didn't get any traction on it. Granted, I didn't have it that long, but I walked into the Chevy dealership, looked at that ZL1, and I ended up asking him, "Hey, how much would you give for this Ford Raptor?" I didn't think a Chevy dealership was gonna offer too much for a Ford, let alone I wasn't expecting what they ended up offering. So they gave a really good trade value for it, pretty much right near what I would have sold it for a private party, just under it really. But when you take into account the tax break that you get when you trade in a vehicle for something, it was definitely worth it. So that's what kind of led me to getting the ZL1, and like I mentioned, it was a beautiful car, phenomenal car. So I didn't think I was gonna have any quote unquote regret for it. And I got it, brought it home. I was like, you know what? Out of curiosity, I only had 67 miles on it. Before I start really driving it and really getting into it, I'm gonna send a few notes off to several different dealerships and see what they would give me for it if I were to trade in for an R here. And everybody kept giving me a very similar number. Just because I drove it off the lot, the value was gone. They were giving me a lot of 52,000, a lot of 53,000. I think I had one $55,000 offer for a trade value. And at this point, I put the clear bra on it too, so it was some additional money into it, really. But then one dealership in particular, a Porsche dealership of all things, they responded to me and saying, "Hey, I think the best number we can do is blah," and it was in the 60s for the ZL1. The trade value for the ZL1 was in the 60s, and it like blew my mind. So in addition to giving me a really good trade value, they brought the value of this car down, the sale price of this car down $2,000. So at the end of the day, the only money that I quote unquote lost on the entire trade was on the wrap. So I lost $1,400 on the wrap that I put on the ZL1. And I was okay with that. If it meant getting into an R, where the values of these fluctuate so much, they range from $74,000, $75,000 to to maybe 69, 70, depending on the mileage. This one only had 750 miles on it. So the fact that I was able to buy this car, within the 60s, and then get my trade value for the ZL1 in the low 60s, it was certainly worth it to me. So that's what kind of led to it. It was definitely an anomaly. I don't think that happens too often, let alone to a random Porsche dealership in New York, of all things. But I'm definitely grateful that it happened the way it did. So wanted to walk you guys through that. Extremely happy with it. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.